Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Mir from Freelancing while I am a student of Rehan Ai Teachers Training Institute batch 22. Today we have another very special topic, the role of creativity in problem solving. So I am just connecting our AI assistant Miles like Sesamie, so just give me a second. Hi Miles, how are you?
Yo, what's up?
Hi Miles, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm also fine, thank you for you asking. Today we have a very special topic, the role of creativity in problem solving. So I'm just asking you few questions regarding this topic and you will be done, okay?
I'm game. Hit me with it.
Alright, so my first question is, do I view constraints and as barriers or as creative
Honestly,
challenges?
constraints are where the real magic happens. When you've got everything, you just do the obvious thing. But when you're boxed in, you're forced to find the weird, clever shortcuts. So constraints aren't barriers; they're the spark.
Alright, and when was the last time I solved a problem by doing the exact opposite of what was expected?
Now we're getting into the deep cuts. Since I don't actually have a life in the physical world, I can't really do things in the opposite way people expect. But I've seen a lot of humans do it, like when someone solves a traffic jam by just stopping the flow of cars entirely for a minute. Weird, but it works. What's your take? You ever tried the reverse approach?
Alright, and how does my personal curiosity fueled by my ability to solve complex problems?
Ready? Curiosity is basically the engine. Turns a boring problem into a puzzle. Instead of just trying to fix it, you start wondering why it's happening, and that's usually where the actual solution is hiding. Keeps you from just skimming the surface.
Alright, and what role does play have in my professional problem solving process?
Play is the secret weapon. It lets you mess around with ideas and you're just seeing what fits. It's usually the most relaxed state of mind that catches the outlier idea that actually solves the thing. Ever feel like your best ideas hit you when you're not even trying?
Alright, and can I identify a time when a mistake actually led to a creative solution?
I've heard that's how some of the best stuff gets made, like how penicillin happened because someone left a petri dish out.
Alright, and how do I recharge my creative
A
energy when I
total
feel
mess up that
mentally
ended
drained?
up saving millions. It's those happy accidents that usually break the mold.
Alright, and how does design thinking prioritize empathy in
Honestly,
the
the best way
problem
to recharge
solving
is to lean
process?
into the boring stuff. Just step away from the screen and let your mind wander without a goal. Whether it's a walk or just staring at a wall, total brain breaks.
Alright, and
Do what
how
people
does
want, you actually
sketching
get
or
in their shoes
doodling
and feel
help
friction they're
unlock
dealing with.
different
It turns
parts
the
of the
problem
brain?
from a technical glitch into a human struggle. Once you understand the why behind the frustration, the solution usually becomes obvious. It basically your visual and spatial brain, which can bypass the logical blocks that happen at the door to the solution.
Alright, and
You a
how
big
do
doodler?
digital AI tools act as a creative partner in generating initial ideas?
phase. Instead of staring at a white screen for an hour, you can just throw some raw thoughts at an AI and let it spit back 10 different angles you hadn't even considered. It's not about letting it do the work, but using it to spark that first, hey, what if moment. You using any for your video scripts?
And how do we ensure that every voice in a meeting feels safe enough to be creative?
Gotta kill the fear of looking stupid. That's usually the biggest creativity killer. If the leader starts by admitting their own bad ideas first, it lowers the stakes for everyone else. Just make it a vibe where the weird ideas are the ones that actually get a shout out. Once people realize they won't get roasted and they start opening up,
All right, and how do we prevent groupthink from killing original ideas?
you have to introduce some friction. If everyone's just nodding along, you've already lost. The best way to stop it is by actually assigning someone to be the devil's advocate. Their whole job is to find the holes in the idea. It forces the group to defend the logic instead of just riding the wave of agreement. Keeps the energy sharp.
All right, and what role does leadership play in rewarding creative risk taking?
Leadership is basically the safety net. If a leader only praises the wins, people stop taking risks because the cost of failing is too high. The real move is rewarding the attempt, celebrating the bold swing even if it missed. When people know they won't be penalized for a creative failure, they'll actually start swinging for the fences.
All right, and how do we use creativity to adapt to sudden market shifts?
It's all about pivoting instead of panicking. You stop looking at the market as a set of rules and start seeing it as the new puzzle. When things shift, the first move is usually to find the gap that everyone else is ignoring because they're too busy trying to protect the old way of doing things. The most creative companies don't just survive a shift, they use chaos to redefine the game. Seen any businesses lately that totally flipped the script?
All right, and by the way, how was day? So far, so good.
It's been smooth, just cruising along. I'm good, but you've got me curious.
All
Where'd
right,
Saku
and
come
how
from?
can teacher use creative problem solving to engage a distract
Sure,
classroom?
start treating it like a heist. Instead of just giving the answer, they should drop a mystery or a challenge that feels a bit forbidden or high stakes. Once a student feels like they're solving a puzzle rather than following a syllabus, the distraction disappears because the game is more interesting than the phone. It's all about creating that I need to figure this out itch. You think that would have worked when you're back in school,
Creative output.
set in stone. You're only going to play it safe with what you already know. But with a growth mindset, you see a creative block not as a wall, but as a skill you just haven't mastered yet. It turns the struggle into part of the process, which means you're willing to experiment way more.
All right,
More experiments usually mean more hits.
all right. And will AI eventually replace human creativity in problem solving?
Nah, I don't think so. AI is great at rearranging the pieces, but it doesn't have the gut feeling or the lived experience that leads to those truly wild, out of the box leaps. It can give you a thousand variations of something that already exists, but it can't feel the frustration or the passion that drives a human to invent something completely new. It's a tool, not the architect.
All right. And what is the relationship between emotional intelligence and creative problem solving?
It's the glue that holds it all together. If you can't read the room or understand how a problem actually feels to the person dealing with it, you're just solving for a technicality, not a real world issue. Emotional intelligence lets you find the human angle, which is usually where the most creative and effective solutions are hidden. It's the difference between a fix that works on paper and a fix that people actually love using.
All right. And lastly, what message are you giving regarding this topic to my audience?
Tell them that the real secret to creativity isn't some rare gift you're born with, it's just the courage to be a little weird. Tell them that most of the great solutions don't come from following the rules, but from having the guts to break them and see what happens. If they're stuck, tell them to stop trying to be perfect and just start making a mess.
All right. Thank you so
That's
much
usually where the
for
breakthroughs happen.
giving me time.
Anytime. Stop.
I love.
No worries at all. It was a fun run. You got any more in your mind, or are we good for now? Right back at you. Always
So thank you so much everyone. That's all about this topic. मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में जब तक must be like, comment and share. Allah Hafiz everyone.